Hello, how are we doing? I just woke up, well, like an hour ago, but I ate and I had my coffee and I had to get some groceries. But either way, this is the I guess day one update video, which talking about some of my impressions of the league. I have some Atlas tips, and then obviously I'm gonna go, you know, on the character and how stuff going. So yeah, first the Legion first impression is they really I feel like so far they really nailed it. But then again, I'm playing a build that basically just instantly clears the whole start, so I don't have issues in spawning the monsters because Contagion and ED combo is pretty good at that. Now, sadly, I'm only running on 4 links, so I'm having a 4 link main to help with killing the rares. The rares are actually having some decent HP pools now, so especially in shit like Temple. So having that extra bit of damage right now, since I don't have a 5 link, is really good. But yeah, the Legion rares. I know there's like one guy that's like a barrage guy who's absolutely insane damage, but other than that, I haven't really encountered too many hard guys so far, and I've done all of the 5 at least once. But maybe that's because my setup. I don't know. Either way, so far it's feeling really good. But that might be just because it's new league. It feels fresh and everything like that. But it's really feeling nice. And yeah. Then well, let's talk about the build, I guess. So I'm running Pleasant Stone on the sand stands, which gives me blind. I have this little nice aura here that blinds everything. If it's not inside the blind area, like radius, it deals 11% less damage to me. Okay. On top of that, I'm running Dread Banner, which is less accuracy, 19% less accuracy to the monster. With my flasks up right now, I'm missing the evasion suffix so far because I don't have my elemental immunity stuffs yet, and I really want to have my shock immune. So I'm 23k evasion right now. Add the blind to that, and then the less accuracy from Dread Banner that it doesn't show, and shit doesn't generally hit me at all. And then obviously I'm running Malevolence. I am planning to probably take this soon. Have like 1 life node to take there, and then maybe some life here. My gear is absolutely dog shit, but yeah, this, and then probably try crafting a helmet with Essence of Loathing. Just slap this on a Hubrid circlet, like a Hubrid circlet, because it has reduced mana reserve. I think I'm gonna need at least Screaming for that, for the 3%, and then with Charisma, I could drop Dread Banner completely and start using Discipline instead. And then suddenly my what's like right now this is like what 7.6k pool is gonna be like another 600 something like that from Discipline. But yeah, my gear is absolute dog shit. This font is horrible. Uh, Basically just light. I don't actually like. I wanted the strength just because I'm leveling Dread Banner and I want to level my Immortal Call. Yeah, by the way, cast damage taken Immortal Call is still fine. It doesn't make you immune to physical damage, but now it also reduces elemental damage taken, which is nice. And for me right now, it lasts a 1.24 seconds, which helps me get out of danger. Just some random ass, like a lot of my gear has crafted life. Like this I would actually consider a decent one, but yeah, random shit, nothing too crazy. When it comes to a bind, I should literally just get a T11 base, like a Prophecy one or something like that, and then alt until actually I can show you the difference. I have my my current character right now in a bad building. I'm about to sneeze. Hopefully not. Okay. So yeah, my current character right now is in a bad building, and I'll just show you this. So it's looking at the essence train. This is the config is actually, I think, like actually done properly. Yeah, to some extent at least. So by changing my current one, which is it has a spell damage mana hybrid, and then crafted spell damage. So if I were to change this to a wand with this is a T2 non-ailment case damage overtime multiplier. So which is item level 64, and then the last one is 78. So like you can get it in at the earliest T9 maps if you get it from a rare. But yeah, that alone is 7.7% more DPS. That mod itself, and then you can just you would just regal and then craft the spell damage or something like that. So should totally craft this. Been lazy, having issue like haven't had that many alterations because I'm using them. So yeah, and as you can see, I actually found a meek. Now, this is not my end game jewel. The only thing this is the best for is if you want absolute maximum amount of life, because this affects 5 of these, and each of them they go to 7% life instead of 5, right? So this is 10% life jewel. It makes the 18% resist nodes here into 27. So I gain 18 resist, but I lose 30 resist from here. So that's actually a minus resist jewel overall, unless you were to take this. And then it's, well, still kind of minus resist. But yeah, what this allows me to do is, well, obviously life, and then instead of spending all of the 3 points on going here for 45%, I can just spend 2 or 30%. It makes it so that I can take Arcane Chemistry, which is I don't want to use this eventually, because this is a really nice node. And it gives me a bit of evasion from there, right? Gives me a bit of evasion from there. But right now, this is nice. I do not have any kind of issues with resistances. But if I take this out, well, that's because I don't have these. My resistances, like, as you can see, the resistances are like kind of whatever, right? My skill tree otherwise is I pretty much have everything I need. It's just like get the charisma, maybe go here. Oh, another, you can take hard killer if you have the meek here, and 1 travel point for Harrier, and then this cluster is pretty good in game. But yeah, character's feeling smooth. I usually basically just do this Contagion ED, and it opens everything, even in like T6s right now for me on 4 links, except like some really beefy guys. But for those, I'll just, bane them, and they'll just eventually open anyway. So that's really nice. That is really nice. Where are you? Oh yeah, I don't have it linked here. That's why. I'm really happy I found this ring, because it has an open prefix for me to eventually craft the minus mana cost if I get it. I have another one here that I can use, but I prefer this right now because it's mana regen and some ES. At the moment, I don't have mana issues, but again, I am operating on 4 links. Like, that was me casting all Contagion, ED, Bane, and then... But if I were on 5 links, this might be a different case. And eventually, when I get my Uberlab done, I have 4 different of the ones already done. Beef the Arcane is gonna solve all mana problems. At the moment, I have Alira as my bandit choice, but eventually I will respec out of that. But currently, It's really nice. It gives me some mana region and all resistances, which is really nice, especially early on. Also fun. So, what if I were to change out of it right now? Well, my mana region, which is 65.1 right now, would drop down to 55.9, which would probably mean that I have to take deep dodge, which gives me a bit more mana region, but I lose the resistance, and then I would have to re-gear. So I kind of don't want to do it right now. Obviously, if I do end up getting really nice balanced resistances, I'll do it. But right now, it doesn't really matter much. So that's it for that. Let's oh yeah, another thing. So I did find a MiG, and I had on my first temple, like incursion temple, I had a double corruption room, and I pricked my spreading rod in there. So I actually leveled another character. It takes so long. I leveled a backup character in case I die too early with this, before I get all the things done I want to. So I have this there. Also, Tricksters can be played in multiple different builds, and I kind of want to do Scourge Arrow Trickster at some point, so I might, have it there. So I leveled this to Act 5 to get another Jewel, because the Blind Jewel is so good. Then, let's talk about a bit about Atlas and some tips for that. So, a lot of people seem to have issues in getting their Elder and getting their, like, the Shaper Orbs. So, what I like to do, like, if you look at my Atlas right now, I'm here the only T4 map that I've done past this corner is just a channel, and that's because if I were to get a tabula right now through that, I might just do it. But right now, I'm all the way to T6s here. That's just because I want to be able to run maps more here, but now that I have T6s done, I will complete all of the rest of the T4s as well. But in general, I try to keep 2 years difference right now, because that just allows me to actually have much more maps here, and then like do 3 to 1s, corrupt them, because 12.5% chance for a +1, etc. It just gives me juicier maps. I haven't been corrupting them much yet, but I probably will start doing that soon. But the way to make it show that your Elder doesn't randomly disappear and you can actually run your higher maps is spread the influence into the corner where the Elder spawns on initially. So right now I'm gonna do the Residence because it has a Shaper Orb, but after that I'm gonna be tucking Elder here in the corner safely, wrap him up there, and then I can just run maps. If it gets influence, I don't care. If I run out of influence from the map that I'm doing, it doesn't matter because it's here, and then I can just respread it. And there's like, you can run on this side, you can run on this side. It doesn't really matter too much. So that's something I would recommend for about 99.999% of player base. The exception is like people who want to really race and push up. They might just want to, for those, you probably just want to push the tiers as much as you can, and then eventually get the quest line done. But for the vast majority of players, I would say, tuck the Elder into the corner where it initially spawned, and then spread the influence from there for your Shaper Orbs. And you don't need to worry about if your Elder actually spawns. Let's say that my Elder spawned, like in these maps. Okay, so it's not too high enough, right? I need to do Red Elder. I'm gonna come soon to how you do that without actually going there. But if he, like, I don't have to kill him. If I kill him, then all of my influence is gone. Then I have to respawn the influence and re-influence the corner I want, right? I don't want to do that. Let's say that I spawn him here. I could do all of the Guardians. I could have a chance for a Guardian drop. Like, I guess fine. Cool. But by just letting Elder despawn, he won't remove all of your influence. Only the map, let's say that Elder was here. Here. Only the maps that Elder and his Guardians were occupying at the time when he disappears, and the maps that the Elder occupying maps, the Guardian occupying maps, where a connection between your bigger influence and smaller part of influence. So let's say that we have like exactly this setup right now. This here is an elder and he despawns. I will lose this map, like these 3 maps from influence, because this is the only connection for these maps into the bigger blob. So when you have the influence here, elder spawns somewhere here. As long as this side isn't higher influence, like higher amount of influence when it goes away, you know, he despawns and it's just here. No biggie. And then the next one, which is about the obtaining your shaper orbs without actually going to red maps, and that's for like 2 leagues now. There's been a bug. This bug was actually introduced when they changed how the influence mechanics works between shaped and non-shaped maps. But yeah, so you can actually shape your yellow elder into a red teal elder for the purpose of the shaper orbs, but the fight itself is still a yellow tier elder, so it's really easy to do. So what you need is you need to get at least tier 6 shaper orb. Tier 6 because you need to be able to shape a tier 6 into a tier 11, right? But ideally you would have a tier 7 shaper orb too. So then you have 2 different tiers that you can shape into red map. Because if you only have the T6, then you have to get Elder himself, none of the Guardians, Elder, into a T6 map when he spawns. And that means that you might get, you know, fucked up a bit by the RNG of the spawn. So that's why I would say get at least T7 Shaper Orb, so you have the T6 and 7 that you can shape. And let's say that we just got lucky and we, let's say I have the Shaper Orb, the T6 Shaper Orb, and I spawn Elder on Primordial Pool. Now I shape it into a T11. You see like the, you know, it's showcasing that there's a memory fragment here. It doesn't necessarily show immediately. In fact, I don't think it does show immediately. But what you do is you just run another random map. Like you can like literally run like your Sulfur Vents or whatever. Or you shape another map. You could shape like, you know, your Haunted Mansion T6 in the same time you do that. Basically you need to like update the state of the Atlas somehow. I don't really know exactly what's behind the scenes on the code and shit like that, but eventually when you do that, then the circle showcasing it has a memory fragment will appear, and it will appear on all of the Guardian maps too. And if you already know, so Elder, like the Guardian fights are always the same tier as Elder. So if your Elder is considered a red fight, well then are the Guardians. And they're the exact same level as well. So if your Elder is a tier 15, the Guardians will be tier 15 too. So this means that only the map that has Elder himself in it needs to be shaped. The other maps doesn't matter. Like let's say they have a Guardian here, 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 and here. I don't need to, well, I don't see that, but it's a T9. Sorry, T8. Like, I don't need to shape the Guardian maps at all. But I will get the fragments from them, because the fight is based on the Elder like level. And yeah, the fight should be a red Elder fight, so 3 phases for the Guardians, but it's actually only 2, because originally you shouldn't be able to shape your maps into higher tier Elder fights. Well, that was the case a long time ago, but for the majority of the time when the influence has been a mechanic in the game, it hasn't worked. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk and discuss on this. I guess we could take a quick look on how my mine is looking. I think I'm at like maybe like depth 70 or something like that. But like, how do I decide what to do with my card upgrades? So yeah, here's the mine. I am in 78. basically just pushing down, as you can see. There was a nice Harbinger encounter, so I did that. Didn't get anything useful. But either way, I upgrade my... basically, the first thing I do is I update the sulfide capacity to like, first like, I think it's 4,000 or something like that. And then I'll try to get this, the light radius up a bit, and then some of the flare radius, so you can actually use the flares to get more azurite within the mine, because the small, even the small nodes always give you more than 5, so it's totally worth it to get a bit of radius for that. But yeah, now that I have 9,000 here, I'm gonna get my radius, like I'm gonna keep my radius always at max. I'm gonna try to get my flare radius, probably not max, but around like this, maybe a bit higher. And then the next thing is I'm gonna be upgrading my darkness. I didn't actually upgrade my darkness at all until I reached probably like depth 70, which is a decent chunk. I just like literally followed the chart. I didn't care about any of the walls, you know, the walls that you have, you know, fossils and whatnot behind them, because you can just run these zones. If you have like one continuous line like this, what you can do is you can just, after you have your resistance and everything up, you just go back there and then you run it and then destroy the walls on the way there. If you really want that. But I think it's not really worth the risk early on, especially in hardcore, to go there. And yeah. Oh shit, looks like I have to go a decent amount of sideways before I go down again. Either way, that was my impressions, some Atlas tips, and my, you know, day one progress. See you soon.